You know I'm excited about this season, and one of the things I'm most excited about is the play we're going to hear constantly. Carson Wentz, back to pass, he's looking, he's going deep, he's got Desean Jackson at the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Desean Jackson, the boom! That's right, while Zeke Elliot decides to go on vacation, Carson Wentz and Desean Jackson are working, and from everything we're hearing, the connection is real and spectacular.
Hail the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly.
Scary Cooper, asshole.
Oh, Diva! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans. Dallas still stinks. You're my door, King Dingbat here, and I gotta tell you, man, I'm glad I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm glad that we're not dealing with what they are dealing with in Dallas. I mean, you know, you want to go on vacation? You want to go on vacation? Let's go on vacation. Zeke Elliott goes to Cabo. He goes to Cabo amid holdout. He goes to Cabo to work out. The only thing he's going to be working out is curls. He's going to be curling them drinks back and forth, back and forth. You know it. He's going to be fishing, falling asleep on the beach. He's going to be having a great old time while his team's out there sweating, trying to get better. Dax trying to do the right thing, and he's holding out. And then you have Jerry Jones come out and say, oh, you know what? In today's football, you don't need Emmitt Smith. You don't need Zeke Elliott to win a Super Bowl. He's not totally wrong. He's not totally wrong. But if he does sign Zeke Elliott, who apparently has to give a counter offer they're waiting for, if he signs him first, what does it say to Dak Prescott, who's there doing the right thing? It's kind of a mess for the Dallas Cowboys. And even if they sign Zeke Elliott and Dak, you got to wonder if one of them's going to feel slighted or not. It's just a wacky situation, and I actually feel bad for the Cowboys. I hope in the end, he comes in, he's healthy, he's in great shape, and when we play you, you're at full strength, we're at full strength, and we double moonwalk that ass. That's what I want. I don't want any excuses when we beat the crap out of Dallas, and we will this year. Now, our Eagles were back at practice today. They had a day off yesterday, but they were back at it again, and the big story today is the Carson Wentz, Desean Jackson connection. It's real. And it's spectacular from everything that we're hearing. Now, the other day, Carson struggled. We all heard about it. He didn't have a good day. Well, today he came out, struggled a little bit early on, and then he got groove. He got in a groove. He got going. And by all counts, he had his best day at camp today. He made some unbelievable throws. And the connection between him and Desean Jackson is real, man. And people are raving about how in sync these two guys are. And they're working hard. I mean, they're not just working in practice. They're staying after practice. They're watching film together. They are doing everything they can to have this chemistry and to build something. And by all counts, from what we're hearing, it's nothing like it in camp. It is unbelievable, the connection between Desean Jackson and Carson Wentz. And I can't wait to see it on the field. I really can't. I love everything that I'm hearing about these two guys working together. So I'm very excited about the Carson Wentz, Desean Jackson connection. Now, Desean Jackson wasn't the only receiver to show up today. Apparently, Nelson Aguilar had a really good day catching and running routes. He had a horrible day on Saturday, so it was nice to see him bounce back. The other two guys that really stood out at the wide receiver position were DeAndre Tompkins and Braxton Miller. Braxton Miller is a guy that I'm actually very excited to see how he's going to develop because he's a very, very good athlete, and I want to see what he could do. And apparently he had a great sideline grab down the field. DeAndre Tompkins made a great diving catch, and both those guys showed flashes today, so that's a very good sign. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has been a little quiet. I think part of that is the Eagles haven't done a lot of red zone stuff. He's shown flashes here and there. They're kind of in spurts right now, but I'm not worried about him. I say let him just keep getting reps and he'll be okay. At the running back position, Jordan Howard has impressed Doug Peterson. According to Doug Peterson, he's been impressed with Jordan Howard, big physical runner, can do a lot. And every time I hear about Jordan Howard so far in camp, and this is true, I like Jordan Howard. I like everything about him. But every time I hear somebody talk about Jordan Howard, they all say, Jordan Howard's good, he's looking great, but Miles Sanders he has another gear. He has another gear. He's fast, he's shifty, and there's not another running back on this team like Miles Sanders. And I've heard this from 3 different people. So I think that there may be something to it. But Jordan Howard overall has looked pretty good. He's impressed Doug Peterson. He is the number 1 back going into the season, and he should be. But, I think with Jordan Howard, we'll hear more about him when we get into preseason, see him in games, and see him in certain situations. But Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, running back situation is looking really good. Even Boston Scott had a big day today. So running backs, wide receivers, everybody is looking real good. And then we come to the tight end position. The Eagles are running a ton of 12-man personnel. They are putting 2 tight ends out a lot. They're running it a lot. And here's the situation. Dallas Goedert is going to be a stud. He's going to be a star. He is a really good tight end, and he could have a breakout year this year. And you just can't keep him off the field. They have to put him in because he's that good. And they're raving about this guy. And you just can't take a guy that good off the field. You can't take Ertz off the field. The problems that they create are going to be unbelievable. And everything I'm hearing about Dallas Goedert is he may be one of the most impressive people all of camp. Okay, this guy is something special, and because he's so talented, the Eagles are having to run a lot of 12-man personnel. They're going to use it a lot this year, and I've told you guys the plan in the red zone is going to basically be to have the 2 tight ends, Alshon Jeffrey, and then you're going to see Arcega-Whiteside on the other outside. They'll take Desean Jackson out, put Arcega-Whiteside in, and I don't know how you stop that, man. I don't know how you stop that in the red zone. But Dallas Goedert is a beast. He is a beast. Could have been a Cowboy, but we jumped them and we took them double that ass. Now we have 2 tight ends, and I keep thinking about the New England Patriots, Gronk and Hernandez. When they were both there, how brutal that was. I see that happening again in Philly with Ertz and Goedert. So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about on offense is that Mack Hollins was injured today. He's injured with a lower body injury. It is not the same injury that made him miss last year, which was his groin, I believe. It's something else. He should miss a few days and be back, so it's not too serious. But we hate to see him keep missing time. He's missed so much time in the past. I hate to see him miss any time at all. From everything I've heard, he's done really well so far in training camp. Hopefully he won't be out too long. Nothing too serious, but Mack Hollins, he did not practice. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, I want to talk about a couple guys. The first guy I want to talk about is Kruger Hill. Kruger Hill may win that linebacker spot from Zach Brown. He has been constant, consistent, probably the best linebacker we've had all camp. Now, I don't think Bradham has practiced yet because of an injury to his toe, but Kruger Hill has been spectacular, and I think he has a real legitimate shot to win the starting job. And then basically you'll see him and Bradham out there if he beats out Brown. So Kruger Hill, he continues to get better every year, and so far in training camp it's no different. So that's a really, really good thing. Now, when we talk about the cornerback situation and we talk about who's really stood out for us and who's been the best corner so far in training camp, there's a couple guys that we could look at. First guy, Sidney Jones. By everything I'm hearing, Sidney Jones has been really good. He has been really good. He's been the starting nickel corner. And then when Avonte Maddox comes out, he goes to the outside. And he's taken quite a few reps outside, and he's played really, really well. He's played really good in nickel. He's saying he's healthy. He feels his speed has come back, his burst. And I think we're going to see a different Sidney Jones this year. I'm very excited about him. Now, as good as he's been so far in camp, the guy that I've heard from multiple people say has been the best corner all of training camp is Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas! Now, you know I love Rasul Douglas. You know I think that he should play safety. But by all accounts, at the cornerback position, he has been the best player. Even over Avonte Maddox, he's been picking off people. He's been knocking balls down. He's been aggressive. He's been everywhere. And this is a good sign. I mean, the thing that worries me about Rasul Douglas is this. Okay, once you get Darby back, once you get these guys back, to put him on the bench as a backup corner and just not get him reps, not let him play, is wasting him. He has to be on the field. He has to come on the field. And I don't care. Me personally, I don't care. If he's playing good going to camp, I'll let Darby sit on the bench. I'll let him sit on the bench. I want Rasul Douglas out there, and that's one of the reasons I always say put him to safety, because if you're going to have these other guys starting at corner, I don't want Rasul Douglas on the bench. I want him on the field, because every time he's on the field, he makes something happen, and if it can't be at corner, be at safety. But if he can play corner, and he's the best corner, he's been the best at camp, put him out there. Let him play. But Rasul Douglas, from everything we're hearing, has been phenomenal so far, and we definitely got to keep an eye on that. And Sidney Jones has been really good himself. Avonte Maddox, I've heard good things about him too, not as much as Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas. I hear something about Rasul Douglas every single day so far in camp. I've heard nothing but great things, so I'm very excited to see what Rasul Douglas is going to do. And that was pretty much everything I have for you today. Pretty much what was going on. The Eagles were back in pads today, and it's going to be interesting. And they'll be back working out tomorrow, and I will be here with another update to what happened during day 5 of training camp. With that said, take care, talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.